Hello, newsflash. The Federal Reserve lowered their prime lending rates. You probably already heard that, but how is that affecting mortgage rates? We're going to dive into that today. My name's Ed Huck with Keller Williams Realty, and we're going to look at that and also look at how rates are affecting home sales. So let's dive into this today with your 2024 October update. So mortgage rates, you can see rates about a year ago were at about 7.5%, and which we hadn't seen those kind of rates in years. And you can see the rest of in October, from October to about December, they did start to tick down a little bit. So they were a little under 7. For most of this year, rates have been hovering around the 7% mark until the end of July. Now, mortgage rates are not tied to the Federal Reserve rate. They're tied to bond rates. So the bond market was assuming the Federal Reserve was going to lower the rate, and they did. And that's why you could see, so from the middle of July on, the rates really started to dip. We got down almost to 6% on the 30-year mortgage. The crazy thing is they ticked up in the last week. So not a lot. So they're at about 6.3%. But great news is rates are predicted to stay in this low sixes for the rest of the year, and then maybe even come down lower than that the beginning of next year. But let's look into how's that affecting housing. So the number of new listings for Cuyahoga, Lorraine, and Medina County is flat. So the number of new listings coming on the market is flat. The number for sale is up though. So it's up about 5.5%. So what that means is the number of available homes to go look at today, we have more available this year to date than we did last year to date. The number of homes sold and under contract, so pending is when a house actually accepts a contract, we call it pending. Those are down. So those are down 2.5% this year to date versus the solds are down almost 3.5% year to date. The average sale price though is up. So for those of you that own homes, great news. The average sale price is up about 6% this year to date versus last year to date. But I love also to look at the rolling 12 months. And if you look at the previous 12 months versus the last 12 months, it's up about 6.1%. So it's a pretty good sign that homes are still holding their values. Days on market. So how long is it taking a house to go under contract? It's about 39 days, which is exactly the same as last year today. So quick overview, mortgage rates, low sixes expected to stay here, hopefully going to come down even a little bit lower first quarter of 2025. Homes are still appreciating. They're not appreciating at the double-digit clip that they were, say, a couple years ago, which is actually a great thing because that's the market can get too hot if we continue to see that. So 6% is a good number. The number of available homes on the market is actually up. So if you are looking for a house, there's a little bit more inventory to pick from. But keep in mind, the great homes are still selling really, really quickly. If it's a pretty house, and it's still going to attract a lot of buyers and might sell for over asking price too. So we're still seeing some multiple offers on the really nice houses. So if you have specific questions about your neighborhood, let us know. And we're always here to help you. And make sure you're always trusting a realtor that knows this data inside and out. So make it a great week.